morning, boys and girls. Welcome to language lesson 162. Today, we're going to begin with our oral language exercises, and then we'll move directly into our new concept, complete thinking skills associated with it. And you do have homework tonight, as well as a quiz for tomorrow. So please be sure you are reviewing the previous language exercises and you are familiar and comfortable with the concept that we have covered. Please repeat after me once you hear the sentence. Do you know who did that job? I think that Tom did the job. I know that Tom did the job. Has she gone yet? I am sure she has gone. He had gone before I arrived. Has the cat come home yet? Tom had come down to visit us. He should have come earlier. We probably could have come. Very good. Do, am, doing, did, have, done, go, am, going, went, have, gone, come, am, coming, came, have, come, am, coming, came, have, come. Very good. All right, hopefully you remember those different parts of your various verbs. Now let's move into our concept for today. We are going to go over the difference between learn and teach. Now, when you hear the word learn or see it used in a particular context, it means to obtain knowledge. There's an example sentence that follows, and it says, I learned to swim. In other words, it was an acquired skill that required practice. You can use the very same tune we just used for the previous verbs to remember the different parts of learn. And it's learn, am, learning, learned, have, learned. Your turn. Do it now. Learn, am, learning, learned, have, learned. Very good. Now, teach, on the other hand, means to give knowledge. So it's something that's imparted to another. An example follows. Father taught me to swim. So yes, you acquired the skill, but someone taught it to you. And again, you can use that very same tune that we have used for the different parts of teach. Teach, am, teaching, taught, have, taught. Your turn. Teach, am, teaching, taught, have, taught. Very good. Now, we're also going to be covering the difference between can and may. And if you remember from previous oral language exercises, we actually mentioned a particular difference, but today we're going to concentrate on a specific one. So whenever you hear or whenever you use the word can, it refers to ability or power. So for example, he can lift a cement block with one hand. In other words, he's able to lift a cement block with one hand. He has the power to do so. May, on the other hand, when it's used in written form or even spoken in some cases, it's referring to permission. In the past, we learned that it referred to possibility, but in this particular case, when you come across it in writing, it's more than likely referring to permission. So the example that follows says, you may return to your seats. A particular teacher may say to you that you may go to the restroom, so you would not ask, can I? The teacher gives you permission to do what you are already able to. Okay, so here are some examples, and I would like for you to decipher whether or not you should use the word learn, teach, can, or may. So we have for number one, Mrs. Best blank us how to diagram in language class. Mrs. Best taught us how to diagram in language class. Number two, what did you blank in language class Yesterday. What did you learn in language class yesterday? Number 3, I will blank how to play the piano. I will learn how to play the piano. Number 4, blank, you touch your toes without bending your knees. Can you touch your toes without bending your knees? And that should have a question mark at the end, of course. Number 5, Mother says I blank have a snack before supper. Now, this would require permission. So, mother says I may have a snack before supper. Unlike the previous sentence where there needed to be some form of ability to do so. And finally, number 6, blank, I go to the library today. You're asking for permission. So, may I go to the library today? Very good. Okay, so what I would like for you to do at this time is direct your attention to page 251. We're going to be completing Think A and B. You'll be doing that individually as silent seat work. But for right now, I do want to go over the instructions itself and a couple of examples with you. So for Think A, it's asking you to underline the correct word in parentheses. Number 1 says, teach or learn me thy way, O Lord. Would you say, learn me thy way, O Lord? No, you wouldn't. You would say, teach me thy way, O Lord. And this is actually directly from the Bible. So show me your ways. That is such a good prayer to utter to the Lord. Number 2, go ye therefore and teach or learn all nations. You would go and teach all nations. Very good. So you're going to complete that exercise, as I said, on your own, along with B. It is the same instructions. You're also going to be underlining the correct word in parentheses there. For page 252, you're going to begin and complete that actually tonight for homework. It's on page 252, as I said earlier. Ensure that you complete the entire Think A. It's asking you to write C in the blank if the sentence is correct, and you're going to write I if it is incorrect. If it is incorrect, you have another thing to do. You must underline the word which is used incorrectly. So let's do some examples together so you'll be comfortable to continue on your own. Number 1 says, we sat on the porch and discussed the day's events. Would that be correct or incorrect? That is correct. So you'd simply write C. For number 2, it says, it's, ITS, going to be hard to describe the effects of this medicine. So you should have noticed that a possessive pronoun was used initially. However, in this case, you need a contraction for it is. If we were to replace it with the correct one, it should say it is going to be hard to describe the effects of this medicine. So you would write I on the blank for incorrect, and you would underline the first word in the sentence, which is it's, because that's the one that was used incorrectly. All right, so hopefully you'll be able to ace this particular part. Go ahead and complete your work and have a great day. Bye-bye.